Well, if you like basketball, it's going to be fun at Capitol this weekend. The Midwest Regional of the Basketball Tournament being hosted here in Columbus. It is the winner-take-all $2 million event. The Scarlet Gray team of Ohio State alums made it all the way to the Final Four last year. Their first game is going to be 4 o'clock on Saturday against a winner of a play-in game, which will be actually tomorrow night. And then if they win, they'll play Sunday afternoon as well. And Scoonie Penn, our friend, former Buckeye, who is coaching the team, joins us right now. Scoonie, first of all, what did you think of the flip-flops that E.T. gave you guys?
Man, they are super cool. It was a surprise for us. And, I posted it, and now everyone that I know wants a pair of them. And I'm like, listen, I didn't buy them. I got them made for me, so I'm going to give you, I'm not going to give you mine, So, but no, that was thoughtful.
What's the brand? What kind? Are they his shoe line that he wears? Are they Triple B? What's the brand on them boys?
No, you can just go, they're called iSlide. You can go get your own slides personalized, that's all.
Very good, very good. I understand he's going to have some meals cooked for you guys, too?
Yeah, we had practice the other day, and then afterwards we had a good meal. His cook came by with a bunch of food, and
wow,
we hung out in the locker room. We ate. We really do team stuff. Like, this is really like a college type atmosphere for us. Guys will work out and then hang out. Guys will practice and then we eat and stuff like that. So, you can understand the camaraderie we have with the guys on the team is great.
Well, Evan was talking about, getting the food catered, and he said, look, I only see these guys like a month out of the year. The closeness that you guys develop, and, you didn't play with those guys, but at Ohio State, those are like friendships for life, man. And you can really see it with these guys, right?
No, for sure. Like those are my brothers. Those are my little brothers. Like, I'm the old head to them, Like, Evan would tell you, like, I'm his old head. Which is okay. That's a level of respect. But the age gap doesn't matter. The fact that some of us didn't play with each other, we weren't in school at the same time, it does not matter. We all wore that jersey, and we have a brotherhood and a special bond that it started when those guys were in school and just continued until now, and it will continue going forever.
Well, the reality is very simple. Most of them probably wouldn't have came to Ohio State if not for you. I mean, if you think about the generations that come, remember how good we were back then?
Yeah.
So those guys that were Evan Turner, they're watching, they know who you are. And so when they finally get an opportunity to come and hang out with you, it's special for them, even though they may be still playing in the NBA.
For sure. That's a great point. Because I can think about when I got here, right away I thought of Jim Jackson, like, damn, you get to go play at Ohio State. Jim Jackson played here. Dennis Hobson played here. Clark Kellogg played here. That was my mindset, coming to Ohio State, because I knew who those guys were, and then get a chance to be around them. So, yeah, it gets passed on in this program, and it definitely shows with the, how we handle ourselves and the way our relationships are.
Scoonie, we were talking earlier about some of the rules for the TBT that are a bit different that fans may not realize. Talk about the ending of the game where the clock is turned off after the first dead ball with 4 minutes left, and whoever's leading, then you have the target score where you have to score. Whoever gets 7 points first at that point, or gets to what the score is. The leading teams, you add 7 points to it. I'm having trouble explaining it, and you have to get to that target score. Does that change your strategy at all in terms of coaching and how you deal with it, that little twist on the end of the game?
Well, it does. It definitely changes your coaching, because now those are 4 minutes that are with no time. I think it changes a little bit as far as foul situation goes, for one. For two, puts more of an emphasis on being up at the end of the game and how we can sub and how I have a little strategy. Don't want to share it too much, but when we're in those situations, I've given it some thought, and it's quite clear. Let's say the score is 60-58 at the end, and under 4 minutes, the first dead ball. So first team to 67 wins the game. So you got to score. It's just like playing open gym. If you was playing in the playground, you got a target score, and every game is going to end on a made basket. That's what you grew up playing, and that's what they're turning this into. It's something that they've adopted that the NBA is thinking about adopting.
Really?
So, yeah, there's already been talk about
Fascinating.
it. They've been talking about it on ESPN a number of times. The NBA is watching how this is working out because that's how a lot of this stuff happens. They have to experiment it with somewhere, and TBT is a great place to experiment. Because I think a lot of the hype is, think about the end of NBA games when we watch them. Everyone was going crazy over the shots that LeBron hit at the end. The game ended on a made basket.
Yep.
Now imagine if every game we played, every game we watch on television ends on a made basket.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's like the 3-on-3 that Jim Jackson does the announcing for. That's what they end on a bucket. So let me ask you, Scoonie. I mean, look, we got to address this, right? Okay, this is about real money. It's about $2 million. And this team of European players have racked up the cash the last 3 years. So what's it going to take to get this done?
We're not worried about those guys. For us, it's a one game at a time. We know
Scoonie,
that.
you hit me with coaching talk.
He's a coach, man. He's got to think.
No, it's not even coaching. That's realistic. I would have said the same as a player.
Right.
You can't win number 6 if you don't win number 1.
Right.
That has to be our approach. We know we're good enough to win it all. We were good enough to win it all last year. We would, if we matched up with that overseas elite team, we would have beat them. I spoke to the coach. He told me we're the one team they did not want to see because we can play any style of ball. We are probably the most talented team from top to bottom, and we play the best basketball together as a unit. We lost in double overtime last year, which a game we should have won. But we're very confident. We're very confident that we can win this all. We wouldn't be in it if we didn't think we could. And like I said, it's going to be one game at a time. It starts Saturday at 4 o'clock, and that's where our journey begins.
In terms of the roster, what is the latest? I saw a note that Greg Oden may not play this weekend. Is that correct?
Yeah, Greg had a previous engagement that he's not playing. So he'll be there the following weekend if we were to move on, which, we hope so. Then he would be down in Atlanta playing with us, but he will not be here the first weekend. But, Greg definitely knows his role. Mm-hmm. We know what we would expect and get out of Greg, but we have our nucleus is back. Our top 5, 6 guys are all back, so we feel confident with what we have and the additional pieces that we added.
Now, can the fans still get involved in the $2 million purse? I know last year, if you were a fan of a team and you sent the word out through social media, you could get a percentage of that money. Is that still the case?
That's still the case. The top 10 people, I think it's the top 10, get money. So our biggest fans, people that are on our side and tweeting it and talking about us and get enough people on board, they do get a percentage of it. And I think that's a great way to get the fan base involved. So if you're a Scarlet Gray fan, you have a good shot at making some money.
I have to ask you, Scoonie, because I notice it just in my world of being in the media and listening to fans. The TBT last year when you guys were in it, it was like, oh, what's this thing? Now I sense a buzz on social media and people excited about it. Do you notice that? Is there momentum, I guess, about this tournament and about the Scarlet and Gray team that you're coaching?
No, I definitely noticed that. And I thought that, I think that our squad created a lot of that momentum for the whole TBT. Mm-hmm. If you look at the ratings last year when we played, those are the highest ratings. When we played, the ratings were higher than the Big Three. So, Scarlet and Gray holds a lot of weight. Obviously, the Ohio State alumni and the guys that we have on the team, a lot of people wanted to see them play. And then this year, I think it brought on more alumni teams because they were able to see what we were able to put together. So there is a lot of momentum. People definitely know what's going on. That's another reason why Capitol is sold out for our game tomorrow. I think it is. It's just about sold out, and I think it's going to be a great atmosphere. Yeah, no question. I'm really looking forward to it. And the one thing that, just looking at the shots of the guys at practice and the smiles on their faces, and this is really an obvious softball question, Scoonie, but how fun is it for these guys that played together in college to have this opportunity? I imagine. I'm thinking of you. Would you have loved to have that opportunity again to get back together with the 99 team that made the Final Four and something like this? It's got to be a lot of fun for these guys. It is. I would have loved it, and they definitely love it. We have practice. It takes us about a half an hour to get going, to get all the jokes out the way. but when we start up, it's serious. Guys lock in. Guys compete. but makes my job easy. And one thing I can say about these guys is that they allow me to coach. Obviously, the respect factor is there, but they definitely allow me to coach and use my perspective and my knowledge as I see fit. And that's the kind of guys they are. So, I'm happy to be a part of it, but these guys love being around each other, being able to play basketball, meaning basketball together once again.
All right. Well, Scoonie, we'll be looking forward to I hope fans that are there are going to enjoy it, but it is on ESPN, too. The opportunity for people to relive the times with the Buckeyes and this group of guys, and it starts at 4 o'clock on Saturday, and then if you win, then Sunday as well. It should be fun at Capitol, and thanks for taking a few minutes for us.
Hey, for sure, guys. Take care.